Yo.
What up, what up?
What up, doe? It's popping.
Episode 67. I'm on point. I'm on point with the numbers now.
Oh, yeah.
I wrote that shit down. I'm getting old.
You get I'm glad you're on it because I've had a little bit too much with that shit and my amphetamines are wearing off.
I can't focus.
I don't even know what day it is right now, let alone the episode.
I'm going to let you hit him up with that in a minute, man. Welcome back, everybody. Episode 67 of the Carbon Footprint Podcast. He is Juan, I'm Sean, and every week we get together, have a few drinks, talk about things going on in the world, try to focus on things going on or having an impact, rather, whether they be good, bad, or otherwise. And what is on the menu for today?
Yo, listen, man. Sean is just outdoing himself here week to week now, making us all look bad.
You goddamn right.
This shit is amazing. We got, I'm going to have to pull this up. We got this Rattlesnake Rosie's Maple Bacon Whiskey. So we're basically just having an old-fashioned made with a maple bacon whiskey. We tried it with the maple syrup, but it was too sweet.
Yep.
We'll still put that up on the recipe as like an option. But it's basically like a regular old-fashioned. We do the aromatic bitters, the orange bitters, the 2 ounces of the whiskey, stir it up, and then garnished it with some fancy-ass bacon that Sean fried up. What kind of bacon is it? This shit is...
This is, what the hell is it? It's,
This ain't the Great Value bacon, bro. It's like...
it's like smoked maple bacon.
Yeah, so, and like the name brand. This shit is delicious.
Yeah, man. And you know what? There was a guy at work that put me onto it. Courtney, shout out to Courtney. I don't know if he listens, but found this thing at Total Wine. I went to like all the liquor stores, and I usually have a liquor store by the house that has everything. He didn't have it. Total Wine had it. The bottle's like $36.
Good.
So good story, man. Like I walk in there and this happens, like I literally go to Total Wine just for this. There's a happens to be a rep for this company, for this Rosie's company. As soon as you walk in the door,
Odds of that.
right? But what's better is that, so like, you know, she goes, hi, you know, you guys want to try? And I'm like, oh man, like I actually came here for that. So yeah, let me try it. I tried it. It's delicious, even by itself. If you just want to put it on the rocks, it's awesome. Then she tells me, you know, I was meeting with the owner, and the owner told me, put it on pancakes. And I was like, really? She goes, yeah, I thought he was kind of crazy. I thought maybe he was like alcoholic.
I thought it was kind
But she goes, it works. Like it's good. And then I go around the store, I grab some other stuff. I get in line. Another lady in front of me goes, oh my God, that stuff is amazing. You got to try it with like, take some maple syrup and then throw like a quick, maybe like a half a shot in with the maple syrup. Put that on your pancakes. I figured that
Everybody's on the pancake.
I figured that was like less alcoholic, right?
Maybe.
With the maple syrup, maybe half the maple syrup, the maple syrup with just less.
Diluting it a little bit.
Right?
With yeah.
But dude, so I did it. I put some maple syrup. I put, you know, maybe half a shot in it. Warmed it up just a little bit, maybe like 12 seconds in the microwave. Okay. Put it on the pancakes. Bro, it like soaks into the pancakes. And so like every bite almost has this little shot of the liquor. Dude, it's amazing.
I gotta make some pancakes this weekend. Do you make pancakes? Do you use the first one, the throwaway one? Do you do that too? Like the practice pancake?
I've never heard of
It's like the first kid you have. You know how you like, this shit's for practice, and then you usually get the other ones
I don't waste food, man. That's a thing?
Nah, pancakes, bro, because you know pancakes, like, you don't know if you have the thing on too high or too low or like the batter. I always feel like every pancake I make, the first one is a fucking throwaway.
Really?
Like I either overcook it or undercook it or like, so I literally just go, that shit is like the test subject. And then I go, all right, gotta raise it, lower it, and then like adjust this.
Oh, no, man.
Yeah, maybe I don't cook enough.
Because sometimes, man, like if I get it, like if I burn it or something, or even if I slightly burn it, like I like that flavor, like the burnt.
See, I'm the total opposite. I like it barely cooked. I like that really.
So there you go. There's your throwaway.
Pancake. Yeah, that's what the throwaway. Then I'm like, damn it, too much. And then just like, yeah. I don't even like it to be fully cooked. Like it. Yeah, I have to see like the yellow almost still on.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna get salmonella one day, but that shit is delicious.
And and on the back of the bottle, coincidentally, the shit says perfect for pancakes. It also says shake well before using, which is kind of odd for a whiskey.
For a whiskey, yeah.
But
this stuff is great, man. And we've had a little bit on its own. So if you're not into old fashions or you don't want to take the time to mix it or whatever, you can literally just pour it in a glass and drink. It's a nice little sip,
it's really
man.
good.
It's real good. I'll let y'all know tomorrow how the recovery process.
See how you woke up.
Like, yeah. but it's good, man. Because I've had old fashions with bacon before, but never with like a bacon and maple flavored whiskey. Like
it's just almost like breakfast.
Whiskey. Yeah.
I got a like bacon, an orange, a cherry, and this liquor.
This shit's good, man.
Oh, and the bitters, right? We put the bitters in it as well.
Yeah, try that out,
we'll
man.
put the recipe up on IG. Check it out.
Yeah, for sure.
Let us know what you think. It is a little sweet, so if you guys don't like sweet, then maybe it's not for you. But definitely, if you're into the sweet stuff, check it out.
Yeah, man. What we calling this one, man? We got to come up with the car.
I don't know, man. This was it's a recipe I got online. So
is it?
Yeah.
Nah, but we took out the syrup.
Oh, that's true.
So it now becomes ours, Miss Piggy. The CFP Miss Piggy. We gotta come up with something, or we gotta throw something on it to make it like our own touch.
That's it.
And then we're gonna come up with a name on it. Yeah,
we'll have to have a few more.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. Yo, my card flip of the week is going out to New York Yankee Andrew Velasquez, and not because he did anything crazy, but cool story about this guy. Right now he's a New York Yankee shortstop. The guy was born and raised in the Bronx. Grew up in Morris Park. Grew up a Yankee fan, obviously, right? Had his I think it was like a 10-year-old birthday party like in Yankee Stadium. Big Derek Jeter fan growing up, right? His mom had like recollected that during that birthday party, like him sort of being in Yankee Stadium and how cool that was. That he was just like I'm gonna be a New York Yankee. And that she had told him, hey man, like that's, it's really hard to be a professional baseball player. Like, what else do you want to do? and the kid, but that's parents, right? We do that shit.
Of course, man.
Yeah. And the kid was like, no, like that's what I'm gonna do, right? So, fast forward, the guy gets drafted in 2012.
Oh, so he isn't.
He's not a rookie, bro. By any means. The guy's 27 years old. He got drafted in 2012 by the Diamondbacks. This is his 5th organization that he's been in. Okay? But what's cool is he got his first major league start in 2018. So drafted in 2012, doesn't actually go to the MLB till 2018. Gets his first start.
Makes you go for
right. You're in the farm system. So goes into 2021 season without a team. Gets signed by the Yankees. Is in the minor league. Gleyber Torres, who's an awesome player for the Yankees.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, awesome player.
He's little as shit, and you wouldn't think so. He's small, man.
Really, dude?
Dude, Gleyber.
The way that he cracks the ball, man, that's like you would think he's a friggin' giant.
He's an animal, bro. Yeah, he's an animal.
So he gets hurt. This kid comes up and has been making the most of his of his time there, and they were interviewing his mom and stuff, and his mom was like, yo, like he's just always been like this really hard worker, positive kid, sets goals. He's in, what does she say? She says like he's into all like the being positive and strong-willed and that kind of stuff. He kind of like helps me out with stuff, and I learned a lot from him as well. The reason why I even know about this kid, my twins recently started high school, probably about 2 weeks ago, and we went for orientation, and we walk into this classroom, and in the classroom is this Hispanic teacher, and on like up on her wall, big letters says Bronx, New York, and so I just saw the conversation. I'm like, oh, you're from the Bronx? My wife's from the Bronx. I'm from Manhattan, right? Like, and she's like, oh yeah, oh, and by the way, it was like at the end of she was the last class that we hit. Okay. And she's like, oh, by the way, like my nephew Andrew Velasquez, he's making his debut for the Yankees, and I think it was against the Royals, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember which game was his first game, but he's been part of this 10-game run that they've been having. right?
They've been on fire.
They've been on fire lately, man. They've been on fire lately, man.
It's about time they caught fire.
And good timing, right? And they're in the playoffs. But it's the only reason I even know about this kid.
Oh, because of her.
It's because of her. And so, of course, because of her, I go, okay, it's my kid's teacher. I got to watch. And then I watched this kid in the first couple of games, he scored some runs, but doesn't really get any hits, whatever. Then the other day, man, he smacks his first homer as a Yankee.
Oh,
right?
I'm getting goosebumps just thinking of that in Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
Oh, and is it right field?
It's right field.
Oh.
But so she's been missing school. Because she's fucking going to the game.
Because she's going to the game. She's going to the game. You have to.
You have to.
You don't know how long he's going to be a Yankee for.
Exactly.
And this shit is a once in a lifetime.
And what even made it more special, man, so when he cracks the homer, the camera guys pan to his family. She's there. And they're crying, bro.
Of course, man. Oh,
right?
How cool is that?
Oh, man, dude. And it's just like this. And it was a good opportunity because I go to my kids. I was like, yo, you know what? Like, it's the first time I've heard of him. First time you've heard of him. But the guy has been working his ass off since he was a kid. And got drafted in 2012. And then 9 years later, his dream comes true.
To stay the course.
He stayed the course, man. That's it right there, bro. He stayed the fucking course, man. And I'm just like, damn it, man. Like, you can't help but root for this kid. Like, I love Gleyber Torres, man. Phenomenal player.
Yeah, Gleyber's amazing. Obviously,
absolutely.
Future of the team.
But you go, man, like, this kid, man, it's just like, now I'm watching him play, and I'm just like, fucking
even if you kept this kid on as a backup or as a bench player or whatever, you want to have that attitude, that, like,
yeah
fucking. That's
so
cool.
Awesome.
Dude, as
awesome
a kid who played baseball and as like the Yankees were really my like introduction into like fandom. Like, I was lucky enough to grow up in that era where like the 96 World Series
was God,
like,
bro,
so that's like the first.
I grew up with the fucking loser Yankees.
Oh no, dude. So like you think like that 96 World Series, I'm 9 turning 10, or I just turned 10, right? Like I'm obsessed. I'm watching the Yankees. I've got posters and cards of Bernie Williams and Derek Jeter and Mattingly, and like I'm obsessed with this team. Like this is Mariano and John Wetland and all this stuff.
God,
like
early
Mariano.
What a time to grow up Yankee fan,
dude.
Bro.
Charlie Hayes and Wade Boggs, like that, like obsessed with that team. And so obviously they go on this phenomenal run from that like 96 to 03 thing. I can't even imagine what it's like to like grow up watching that, being obsessed with them, and then getting to play with them. Like, I would shit my pants. I think like getting to even like, I think even walking onto the field in Yankee Stadium would make me break down. Just walking onto the field, not even as a player, bro.
Yeah.
Like just thinking about that as a kid, watching them going like, we've both watched like. There's so many iconic moments during those runs where they look up into the stands and you just see the flashes of like fucking cameras and balls flying out of the stadium, and like whether it was like the Jeter flip to the Mr. November thing to home plate, or like the Wade Boggs the out in Charlie Hayes catching the ball when they win the World Series in '96, down that third base line. Like there's that was
that was Wetland. That was John Wetland was the closer, right?
The closer, Mariano set it up. John Wetland. Right. Like there's so many memories that I have, like so many fond memories, man, as a kid watching the Yankees. So I can't even like imagine what it's like for this kid to do that, dude, to grow up in the Bronx like that, watching them, and then get up to like I can't even like. That's so wild, man. And
that's why I said, like I know that in the grand scheme of things, right, just a baseball player and whatever, but that moment for him, for his family, to see like that hard work that he's been putting in his entire life come to fruition has got to be just amazing. And yes, Miss Maldonado, shout out to you and your family. Shout out to this kid, Andrew Velasquez. And take as much time as you need off.
Absolutely, man. That's once in a
Go
lifetime.
soak that shit in.
Even
man.
if this kid has a long career, you can't replay this moment in time and what that's like and what that would mean. And dude, if the Yankees make right as of now, they're in the playoffs, I think today. But if they make a deep run, and this kid gets to be a part of something like that, and knowing he was part of this kind of spark during this 10-game thing, like. That's again the only thing that would make this better is him getting to play in a playoff game in Yankee Stadium. Like and they always talk about the ghosts. Right, like the man, I can't even. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about So, dude, there's nothing in sports. I don't think like Yankee Stadium in October. Nothing. I I went a
I
couple
don't think
years
I've
ago.
ever seen a playoff game in New York.
Dude, Yankee Stadium, when they're good during a normals. I went a couple years
it's
ago.
crazy.
It's nuts, dude. I went a couple years ago. It was like middle of summer, not a meaningful game, but it happened to be against the Red Sox. The energy in Yankee Stadium is unlike anything else in sports, man. I at least for me, and I'm obviously slanted because I'm a huge Yankee fan, but there's just like, dude, I think I can remember as a teen crying when they got eliminated from. Dude, you said the Diamondbacks. Fuck the Diamondbacks. When that dude hit the when fucking Gonzalez hit the blooper off of Mariano over the second base line, bro. I think I fucking cried when they lost that game, bro. I was fucking devastated. Like, so, yeah, that holds so many fond memories for me. So to watch or to hear about a kid who grew up in that and then get to, that's so cool, man. That's
awesome.
What subject does she teach?
Reading.
Well, that's awesome, man. So, listen, tell them to be extra nice to her, and hit her up for some tickets.
Well, I definitely, you know, when I saw it, you know, I played back the home run and then the pan off to the family for my sons, cool. And I was like, tell your teacher you saw it, and they were like, oh yeah, she wasn't at school today.
She wasn't at yeah, because she was over there. You know what though, man? Like you said, for your sons, it's such a cool to see, like a guy who maybe they would have never heard of, like depending on what happens from here on out, like. But to see that and have that connection sort of to
right.
it, like you said, the hard work that this kid's put in, like head down, nobody knew who he was, just stuck his gun, man, to just stay the course, man, and to see that come to fruition and whatever it is you decide to do, like, you know, that might be something that sticks with them. Like, you just never know how these little moments, like,
that's it.
You know.
And you know what else, bro, is like getting drafted obviously is probably, you know, a phenomenal moment for any athlete, but not making it really into the majors, you know, until 6 years later, right? And then it's really 9 years later you get with the team that you've dreamed of playing for your entire life.
So he's got to be what, 30?
27.
27. Okay, yeah. So yeah, that's about right. He gets drafted at probably 18. Does the wow.
So it's just, man, it just like the story is just
good for him, man.
Phenomenal.
It's
man.
so cool,
Love it.
man. Shout out to him. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I'm at the point now where I'm like, okay, they've won enough in a row. I gotta start paying attention. Hopefully, they get. I usually wait till September and I'll start.
Yeah, they're up to
games.
what 10 games now.
10 in a row. Yeah,
Yep.
and I think that equals their longest in the last however many years. And then Sports Center had this cool graphic on of like the seasons where they've won 10 in a row, like the outcomes and stuff. All of them ended in some kind of playoff run. Only one ended in a World Series. The other ones, they were either ALCS, like ALCS or DS eliminations or whatever. But they're entering this like historic thing for Yankees. So if they end up going 11, so who knows? I mean, I don't even. They probably done today. I don't know what the result is. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I know they were playing the Braves again. They were winning when I saw it,
Cool.
but don't know what it's at right
That's
now.
awesome, man. All right, man.
What you got?
I'm gonna steal a line from you. And I'm going to say, I see your baseball story. And I raise you. Bro, my carbon footprint this week, man, is this guy. This is over 100 years old. So I'm going to preface it by saying that.
Okay.
So it's a baseball player named Ray Caldwell. And today just happens to be the anniversary of this super significant event during Ray Caldwell's first major league start ever.
Okay.
In 1914. I don't want to make sure I get the date right.
Holy shit. I don't even know nobody born in 1914.
Dude, this guy gets a August 24th. No, sorry, 1919. Ray Caldwell, so it's 102 years ago, gets a start for Cleveland. First start for Cleveland. I don't know if they're called the Indians. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say Indians anymore.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Like, is that offensive if I call them the Cleveland Indians? I don't know what the rule is anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. Have they officially changed their name yet?
I'll just say it on Twitter. They'll tell me. Like the Cleveland. Twitter will let me know.
It's the Guardians.
Yeah, it's the Guardians.
Isn't it the Guardians?
It is.
That's right, right?
You're right.
It is the Guardians.
But is it offensive to refer to them as the Cleveland, like, because that's what they were at the time? Like, not like, I don't know.
No, I guess no, it's not.
Right?
No.
Like, I didn't think so. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, so this guy gets his first major league start. You know, gets through the bulk of his start, whatever. Has 1 out left to go. Gets struck by lightning.
So hold on. So this guy's a pitcher?
Yes. So he's a pitcher.
He got
Right.
Yeah.
He's pitching a complete game. You know, somewhat of a dime. I can't.
Yeah, because
find the score.
back then.
Oh, bro. Everybody was
Right?
pitching complete games like 9 days in a row. And then batting every game.
Right.
So, yeah, we didn't care about this whole rest shit. So homie, bro, pitches, gets struck by lightning, is out cold in the middle of the field. Like, everybody rushes to him. A teammate touches him. The teammate gets shocked. So now everyone's afraid to touch him. The teammate gets hit. He jumps back. This dude is laying in the middle of the floor. They're like smoking, and he's out. And literally like kind of twitching.
Yeah,
smoking,
of course.
And then it's out cold. Like, you got struck by lightning, bro. You're dead.
Yeah, you're dead.
Bro, I guess gets sort of attended by the medical staff. That they fuck with him for a little bit. The dude gets revived, right? Bro. Like everybody in 1919, right? Just gets up.
You tough sons of bitches.
You tough, bro. That don't make them like they used to. Bro, this motherfucker gets up, right? And they're walking him off the field. And he looks at his manager and he goes, nah, I got another out to go.
Meanwhile, he still got smoke coming out of his head.
Bro, he's like, they're like, the dude's not all there. He goes, yo, and the quote is, they're telling him like, bro, you like, nah, man, you just got struck by lightning, bro. You're allowed to sit this one out, kind of thing. And he goes, hand me the fucking ball and point me to the mound.
Did he win the game?
He did. He gets it out. He gets the out, bro. I'm like, oh, dude, can't make this shit up.
Those are the guys that fought in, World War I and World War II, man.
Yeah, bro.
Tough sons of bitches, man.
Bro, so he obviously felt like he had to kind of make up because I think, anyway, so he goes from that game. Bro, less than a month later, he pitches a no-hitter.
Yeah?
Yeah, bro, after getting struck by
They're like, bro, do you know you're on fire?
Yeah. Missing all your teeth. He's like, there's certain things that happen in life that you are allowed to just bow out. I feel like getting struck by lightning is one of those. But goddamn, bro.
What's this guy's name?
Ray Caldwell.
Ray Caldwell. Shout out to you.
Shout out Ray Caldwell,
You're
bro.
A tough son of a bitch.
Like this guy, bro.
This is why we didn't lose in any of the world wars.
The testicular fortitude on this guy, bro. He did play for New York at one point. He did get a chance to play for New York, and he went, he went 18-9 for the Yanks, so, or whatever they were called at that time. I think it was Yankees.
It's the Yankees,
yeah. But yeah, man. I thought that shit was wild, and it made me think of like, it's saying like they just don't make them like they used to. They used to be so tough, right? And we had like real shit to worry about. They're like getting struck by lightning is like, nah, there's still a job to be done, right? Where like today we take time off because like our feelings are hurt and shit, right? So like. I've been looking on social media this whole week, and all these assholes are doing this whole crate thing.
Bro, I saw that shit. Why? I don't even get it.
Bro, because we're bored. Because life is really fucking
easy.
Good in America, bro. You know who you don't see doing a crate challenge, bro? Nobody in Sudan.
North Koreans.
North Koreans are definitely not doing a crate challenge.
Is that what it's called, a crate challenge?
A crate challenge, bro. First of all, where the fuck are you getting crates, bro? I ain't seen a crate in ages. I don't even know where to find a crate. Where would you find a crate, bro?
I mean,
we used to use them as basketball.
When I worked at Disney, I know we used to get the crates with the milk in them.
Yeah, but I don't see that anymore,
like, where do you get it from? Like, I don't know.
I don't know, bro. We used to make a hoop out of the one crate. Maybe make a backboard and shit. And like, anyway, dude, that shit just got me thinking, like, man, how far we've come. Where like civilization is so cake now, we're so bored that we literally come up with dumb shit like this to do on the internet that's potentially harmful.
So you've seen the videos?
Yeah,
people are getting fucked.
They're getting annihilated, bro. Falling face first into concrete, into like the crate. Nothing about that shit screams fun to me.
You know what it is, bro? Is that it looks like it should be easy.
It does look easy,
right? You just go like, okay, I can do that.
I saw a chick do that shit in high heels. I know it's easy. There was one of the challenges was a girl did it in high heels.
And she did it?
And then did it and then came back down.
I only saw like 2 videos of people that actually completed it. Partly because the other ones are actually the funny ones.
Yeah, you wouldn't put it on if you completed it.
Yeah. But man, I've seen dudes like they break their back.
Yeah.
Head first on the concrete.
Now that shit is probably pretty difficult, bro. So it is impressive, I guess. She doesn't heal. That shit's pretty fucking unstable. And there's not like there's anything clipping these things together.
Right.
Putting them upside down. So like, it's challenging. I ain't never that bored, bro.
Yeah,
I got bills
so
and
is
shit.
So is eating cinnamon.
Yeah,
I don't want to do that shit either.
The spoonful of cinnamon shit. Bro, bro. I go, yo, only what? This country's fucking phenomenal, bro. Like, only here do we ever get like content enough or bored enough that we come up with dumb shit this to like
to hurt ourselves.
Like entertainment. Like
fucking crate challenge is gonna kill more people than COVID.
Yo, that shit is about to annihilate half the population. And damn it, it's all brown and black folks. Y'all need to stop fucking around.
Yo, it is.
It's all
yep, that shit's like a hood thing.
Yeah, we're never allowed to make fun of white people again for the extreme sports and all that shit. Like never. You out here in a climate crates.
Remember the crate challenges, motherfuckers?
Yeah, like step away from the crates, bro. I couldn't believe it, bro. I didn't get it. I'm like, there's normally shit that I get that's like cutesy, that's fun. I'm like, yo, how lucky are we? I'm looking at that shit going, how lucky are we that we're not like in wartime or famish time or like that our life is so good here. And I think we lose perspective of that we can just come up with shit like that to do on the internet because we're that fucking bored.
Yep. And the neighborhoods that it's going on in are like poorer neighborhoods.
Yeah. So like
even the poor people are like good to go.
Here. Yeah, yeah. You know, the rich people in North Korea ain't doing this shit. Are there rich people in North Korea?
I don't know, man.
Anyway, but I thought that shit was crazy, man.
Dude, did you see the dude from Jeopardy, man?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
So like, kind of going off of the whole like we're bored type shit, man. Mike Richards was named the soon to be Jeopardy host. Now I don't know what his credentials are, but clearly I guess the guy deserved it at least at some level. But apparently, a podcast that he did 8 years ago.
Oh my god,
bro! Let me tell you something right now. Please don't hold me accountable for shit I did 8 years ago.
That shit
fucking 8 days ago.
In the last 3 minutes, I'm sure that's not gonna age well.
Bro, so apparently, man, he had this podcast, and he had a female co-host.
Okay.
He referred to her as. I guess in this one episode or whatever, maybe it was more than once. I don't know. People, you can look it up. But he referred to her as a booth hoe, a booth slut, or
a booth hoe,
a boothstitute.
Yeah, that shit is original. That shit's kind of funny, bro.
And then I guess he.
But obviously to a friend of his, like, because she's clearly his co-host.
Yeah,
so
it's
in jest. Good intentions, right? There's no ill will behind it.
I would hope not, right? Like, I mean, right? Because if it is, then you're probably not co-hosting with this person soon after.
Bro, we call each other bitch on a daily.
Bro.
You and I. And we've called each other probably worse than not just messing around.
Listen. And we've said from day one here, we got the right to change our minds.
Yeah, absolutely.
The shit that I might have been opinionated on, a month ago, I may have got some new information and may feel totally different about that shit, man. So, listen.
Yeah, or even making that comment, I might be like, yeah, that probably wasn't great. Maybe later on, maybe, but
maybe,
maybe not. But.
Or I might just go, well, that's how I felt at the time.
Yeah, it was in jest, and it was.
Or
fun.
it's in jest, right?
Yeah, right. Or man, at the time, I ain't like her, and that's how I felt. Like, yeah, dude.
But apparently it was that. Just real quick. So apparently it was that, and then he also referred to her. I guess she had friends that were on, like, I don't know, maybe on social media. That her friends were frumpy and overweight, and that they looked fat and not good. Like, these are like what they quoted.
Okay.
But I was like,
did they pull up the pictures of the friends?
Okay, I would imagine so.
Maybe he was right. like maybe he was
can't
right.
say that shit, bro. Like I said, we don't have enough shit to worry about, bro.
Yeah, we don't, bro.
This is the whole cancel culture, right? So, like, this dude literally has been pulled off of this because of something that he did 8 years, because of comments that he made 8 years ago. He didn't kill nobody. He didn't, he wasn't out there like.
Our feelings are hurting now over something that he said back then. Dude, and the whole, like, that saying, like, you can't look at the past with today's eyes or whatever.
Right.
Like, you just can't, like, or listen to it with today's ears, however you want.
Dude, and I challenge anybody, go look at the past 10 years of your life and find this and not find a flaw.
No, bro. And what's the statute of limitations on that shshit?
Apparently, like, it's longer than 8 years, bro.
Yeah, clearly longer. Is it forever?
I would imagine so. If you're in the public eye, man, it's just like, and I think a story like this, because we've seen it recently, and I can't remember what we talked about a couple weeks ago, but things fade, right?
Yeah.
Like that shit comes up, and so they go, "Oh, okay, we don't want you to be part of it." If the show goes without a host and it's just guest host for like a year,
And then
are we still thinking about his thing from now 9 years ago?
Dude, and this shit is fake outrage because the only thing we did was, so people were pissy because he got named the host, and then Mayim Bialik, so they're sharing hosting duties.
Right.
So, and she's just gonna do like the special episodes or whatever, or like a guest spots here and there. People were livid because they didn't give it to LeVar Burton. I think it's
Who
LeVar
did?
Burton.
I believe so. Yes, and which he did good on.
He did good, yeah.
he
But
did
people
good.
were upset because now every job that's open now we have to give to a minority, and as a minority, I'm telling you right now, bro, don't give me the job
shit,
because you're
yeah.
trying to check a box. Like fuck
Yep.
that. So people were pissed off at that, and I feel like then what we do is when we go through the fucking archives of like, all right, man, you want to name them that? Let's go fucking sift through this because now they got to name a host. Dude, and if I'm, I don't know who owns fucking Jeopardy. I'm purposely not naming LeVar Burton now. That I'm not caving to that shit, bro. But then you go, yo, where do you do your due diligence on these guys? Do you have somebody sitting there just listening to every interview they've ever done, every podcast they've ever been on?
Yeah, bro. I would say
how do you
no,
do your due diligence,
right?
I wouldn't have caved. Fuck
you
these
don't.
people. Like, so we would have forgotten about it, bro. It was the flavor of this week. Whoever fucking put this up would have fell off a crate and they would have forgotten about our shit. We'd have been on to the next one, bro. Oh man, I tell you, man, life's too easy, bro. I used to do. I don't know if I'm gonna pull it up anymore, so I'm just gonna blow it on here. But I used to do this like bit, or I tried to work on this bit, and never really quite came out. But like the premise of the bit was like the time you and I went skydiving, about me reading reviews of the place we went skydiving in.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like, and I remember reading the reviews, and the shit's getting like 3 stars from certain people, right?
Really?
And so yeah, and so obviously there's like an over exaggeration and a joke about like the type of stars, but I remember reading that going like, what the fuck are these people like upset? Like, how do you like you either land or you don't, bro? Like, so there's either no stars or you get a 5. Like, there's no
there's
it's
no in
fucking
between.
skydiving, bro. Like, you did your job if I land, right? And I remember reading the reviews, bro, and people would be like, yo, my pilot was rude. Like, cool thing, but the pilot was rude. And I was like,
I didn't even talk to the pilot.
fuck, I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't, yo, and like the whole thing, the punchline of the joke is like, you can take a shit on my chest, bro. If we land, like, services rendered, bro. Like, 5 stars, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, yo.
The pilot was rude.
Yeah, bro. And the whole like build up
What?
to the joke is like
what
all
did he
these.
say? I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
bro. Dude, and it wasn't just one, bro. It was a lot of them. And when I'm looking at the people leaving it's young kids. Like it's fucking people my age. I see it's like it's fucking millennials. It's Gen Zs. It's like oh, I didn't do this, or like oh, it was cool, but you know, like my video came out like this, or like, it's like bro, complaints about minuscule shit. And I'm like,
bitch, you're falling at 100 miles
yes,
an hour.
bro. It's like the dude didn't talk enough, you know, like shit like that. And I'm going, wow, bro, how fucking cake do we have it that like we're falling out of the sky at 120 miles an hour, whatever it is, and we're like, be nice to me, like.
Bro, let me tell you something, man. That experience of just falling, you know, that free falling, and even when we launched the parachute, what an amazing experience. Hitting the ground, it was a mixture of like humility, excitement, fucking like joy of life, like fucking dude, like that was. I remember, you know, landing, and I kind of had like my hand, like my face in my hands, and I'm looking down at the floor, and I was just like kind of shaking my head, like what just happened? And then the guy looks at me, he goes, "Yo, like, what do you think?" And he puts the camera on me. It's the camera's on his wrist.
The wrist.
And I'm just like, yo, like that was amazing, and fucking everybody should do it, and da da da. And
you don't even know what to say,
dude. Yeah. Matter of fact, I think I said a few words, and then I just go, ah, because like I don't even know what to say. Like that was, I mean, that was an amazing experience, man. So anybody to complain about it, man,
bro,
like you said, if you land.
I can't even. Yo, I was thinking about, and we've talked about this on here before, probably, but like the I vividly remember, bro. The shit was so crazy and so wild that when the chute opened, I forgot it was even a thing. So like I'm like fucking wilding out like and the chute opens and you get that lift all of a sudden. And I remember literally going, oh yeah, fuck yeah, it opened. You know what I'm saying? Like I had even forgotten, bro, that was part of the process. You know what I'm saying? Like the last thing I was thinking about when I jumped off of that shit was I probably should have been chute open, but I was so entrenched in the like, this is fucking nuts, that when, and maybe I just wasn't paying attention, then when he pulls the ripcord shit, I go, oh shit, yeah, that's right. You know, it's like,
we have to go down slower.
We have to go down, yeah, yeah, bro. So just fucking, I don't know, I don't know, and I heard Joe Rogan say this. I think it was to UME Park, where it was like, and he does this quote all the time. It's like soft times create soft men or soft people, kind of thing, and then it's like, and then soft men create hard times, and then so there's going to be this cycle where we go around or whatever, like and I thought it was a pretty profound quote because it's so true, man. We have it, and I'm not saying like life is perfect, right? There's obviously subsets of people who have it difficult. There's obviously countries in the world who have it way shitty. I think the point is, it's kind of like, as a person in America, dude, life is, it's a fucking cheat code, bro. Like, you here are, obviously we're minorities, right? So like, yeah, there's some shit that happens with being a minority, that whether it's the way people treat you or whatever the fuck, it doesn't deter you from having opportunity of doing stuff, right? Nope. Like, so even for us, life is pretty fucking good here, man. And like, and I think this stuff just kind of shows, like,
I have to just say it's phenomenal, bro. Like, I don't fucking know.
Fucking tech, bro.
Yeah, it's phenomenal, bro.
In retro, like, when you compare it to the rest of the world, like, and I know people will go like, yes, there are absolutely beautiful countries in the world, right? Like, no doubt about it. And there are places in the world where, yes, they have it good as well, and they live free like we do and whatever. But like, whenever I see this shit, like with like that guy getting canceled, or like these challenges we come up with, and I'm glad, don't get me wrong, I'm glad we're having this kind of fun, but it also just takes me to the like, yeah, this is the problem. It's too easy here. It's too easy. Like, it's fucking, we have to create our own conflict. Yeah. It's too easy. Like, it's just, it's fucking wild, man. I'm like, I love this place.
Well, I give you the flip side of that, bro. I'll tell you somebody that should be canceled. What's his name? Bishop.
Nah, we not about that life, bro.
Bishop Tomei Ferreira.
All right, what'd he do?
Well, I just said Bishop. You want to guess?
I don't know, bro. Was he living up to the job description? How many
this
boys he touched?
Is a Brazilian bishop, and he recently resigned because he got caught on video exposing himself to somebody else.
Adult?
Don't know.
Okay.
Don't know if it was.
I feel like that changes it for me.
Yeah?
Yeah. You expose yourself?
Well, there was. So this was not. It was not just a. This was one incident of a few. So the guy was caught like masturbating on video, with sort of like with someone else. But he's had some other investigations. Some of them are including covering up reports of sexual abuse, embezzlement, and then he had a relationship with his driver, a romantic relationship with his driver.
Okay.
So as a, and I mean, it's a, I'll just say as a priest. So we'll say bishop is just a higher priest, right?
Is it higher?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then like the local priest.
I'm a shitty Catholic, bro. All right.
So as a priest, like you're, like you take the vow almost like a nun, right? Like you're gonna celibacy and right, all of that. And so so you cannot have, I don't care if it's a man or a woman, you can't have it, which is, that's, I think that's pretty stupid, because as humans, like, we need that shit. So, but whatever. If you're going against human nature. Yeah, absolutely. But you choose to do that, whatever, man. I ain't mad at you. But if you choose to do that and then you don't, then like you should be fired.
Yeah, like you lose my job. I don't know, man. Those.
Yeah, bro. It's part of the prac, bro.
Yeah, it's part of the thing. Like, yo, you're no longer fitting this criteria. Like, you gotta go. Like, yeah, I get it. It's the club. Yeah, these are the rules.
They didn't arrest him.
Yeah, it's like you're out of.
You just gotta go.
Like I get arrested him over the covering up sexual allegation or sexual abuse allegation, stuff like that. Like, yeah, of course.
He didn't get arrested for that.
He didn't get arrested for that.
No, he resigned.
He just resigned.
So he had his other investigations going on, And then it was like this last one of him being caught on video, like masturbating with somebody else.
I don't know, man. You never done that?
Then they were like, nope. And I didn't take a vow.
I feel like jerking off on camera is normal, but all right. News to me.
Was it a 4K camera?
Yeah, you got to see the vein. I'm not an animal, bro. You know what's shittier than jerking off, bro? Jerking off in 1K, bro. What do you jerk off in standard depth?
Gotta get at least 720.
You gotta get at least. You can't look pixelated. Look like a Minecraft penis. That's fucking crazy, bro. Dude, this is sticking with the fucking jerking off on camera. You seen OnlyFans?
No. I mean, I know what it is.
You know what OnlyFans is, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
OnlyFans just passed, or I guess just made an announcement that as of October, you're no longer allowed to post sexually explicit content on OnlyFans.
Okay, hold on. Isn't that like the purpose?
It wasn't its intended purpose, but it's what the most of it is used for.
Well, yeah, right? Like, that's kind of the deal. Like, you pay to play, essentially.
Yeah. And so for those who don't know, so OnlyFans is a platform. It's like a social media platform. The only thing I compare it to is think of like a YouTube mixed with like an Instagram or like a Patreon, if you're at a Patreon. Anyway, but you basically subscribe to a person. A lot of them, you have to pay to subscribe. So you pay a subscription fee, like $5 a month, $20, or whatever it is. And you get exclusive content from that person. So like music artists can do it. Artists can do it. Like, a lot of celebrities and shit now do that, and then they give you exclusive access to like whatever shit that they do behind the scenes kind of thing, right? And
but then typically also you just get like, I don't know, like you'll get a hot chick that'll just be like, I have a whole OnlyFans page, and then she'll post nudies of herself, and you pay to see that. It's
become probably the go-to place for porn on the internet, and one of the things it's done is it's disrupted the porn industry in a way because it's essentially giving ownership to the content creators, right? Like everything else, like YouTube has done everything else, right? Like now, if you're a girl or a male and you're interested in porn, you don't have to go through the whole sleazy route of these producers or whatever. Like you can literally just
do it yourself.
Yeah, amateur record that shit, and now you're putting out the content, and the only middleman is really the platform, right? OnlyFans, because they do take a cut of the money you make. But dude, there are people on OnlyFans making a ridiculous. Now there's people making nothing. There's people making a couple $100 to do that shit. But there are people on OnlyFans, bro, making $1 million a month just fucking on camera.
That's
right,
crazy,
and you think about it, there's like couples, there's single people, there's whatever. Like it's amateur porn.
Yeah,
and there's some people just doing shit by themselves.
I would imagine that there's probably professional porn stars on there as well,
absolutely.
right?
Yeah, I think it's become like the LinkedIn for professional porn stars, if you will, right? Wow. Because now they're going, well, fuck, I don't have to go give my cut to whatever the porn companies are, right?
Yeah, makes sense.
So anyway, so OnlyFans, it wasn't its intent, but like everything else on the internet, porn took it over.
We make it what we want.
We make it what we want. We like, nah, but you know what would be dope? I don't want to watch this.
Jerking off on camera.
Yeah, jerking off. Yeah. I don't want to watch this motherfucker play the saxophone. Tell him to take his dick out.
Today, it's a special. Today the bishop is on.
He brought the driver. That shit. Dude, so OnlyFans is bending to pressure from their banks and their investors, right? And so they want the explicit content off. So you're allowed to put nudity, but you're not allowed to have the explicit, which I'm guessing that means you can't fuck.
You can't
masturbate. You can't do that shit. Right. So I'm like, bye OnlyFans, bro. Like
somebody else will come in and take that spot.
Somebody's gonna come in and take that space, dude. I'm like, obviously it's your platform. Again, we talk about it all the time. Private business, you do what you want. But now they're caving, right? Because obviously they want these investors and they want this backing and it's money to grow the platform. I'm like, but you're isolating. And I'm going to assume, bro, that there's people at OnlyFans a lot smarter than me who've done the math and go, oh, we can afford to lose this. We're fine. Because there's no way that you don't do that math first. But, dude, I think this is the end of OnlyFans, bro. I think this shit goes the route of Tumblr. Remember, Tumblr used to be a big for this as well, and then Yahoo bought it and was like, nope, it's a family plan. I've never heard about Tumblr again. ever.
It still exists, right?
Does it? I don't know.
I
don't know. But you used to, like whenever.
But it's not big.
No, it's not big. But whenever somebody before used to have like, oh yeah, follow me on, and then people would have like, IG,
Tumblr
Facebook,
was one of the things.
Tumblr was one of them.
That's
I haven't
true.
seen a Tumblr thing in years,
that's
man.
true.
I'm like, yep, that's what's gonna happen on OnlyFans, man. And someone's gonna take advantage of this and go, well, I know there's a demand.
Right.
I know
I'll do it.
There's unlimited content creators. Yeah.
Bro.
Let's go fucking build a platform where these guys can do this shit. I was baffled by this. I'm like, man.
I don't understand what, I mean, if you're an investor, clearly they're doing well. So you're making your money.
And you're a bank, you're a shitty operator already. Like banks don't follow rules, man. Come on, and now you're getting moral on me.
And then if you're like the owners of OnlyFans, like why are you caving to that? Especially knowing that there is a market for it.
For money. So it's a shame because you could have gotten an investor there who wouldn't have. Your problem was you got into bed with someone and you didn't know what they were really like. And then now that you're in too deep, they're probably like, oh yeah, by the way, you got to take this shit out. And they probably already have a contract or whatever.
Wow, bro.
Dude. Yo, this shit is good. The fucking bacon infused with the whiskey. Sorry. Holy shit.
Juan's over there actually eating the bacon strip.
Dude, as an IT guy, you could appreciate this. When I was reading the article about the OnlyFans and kind of going down that rabbit hole, I started looking at what porn has done for the internet. Dude, because of porn, we have payment processing online. Porn forced that creation. Because of porn, we have high definition video online. Because of porn, we have condensed ratios of high definition videos online because you had to figure out a way to post it. Dude, there was so many things that happened because of the need for so porn companies obviously had restrictions on payments and yada yada yada, right? So they're like, all right, we got to offer this content online, like we don't want to distribute VHS or DVD, like how do you do that? Oh, we got to pay. Oh shit, there isn't a way to pay. And it's like early days of the internet. Someone in a porn company or whatever essentially like pioneered the way of like payment platforms online, and like that sparked the whole like of like condensing content to upload and doing all that shit. Like doing down this rabbit hole, dude, there was so many things that came about that we use in everything now because it started with porn. So it was interesting to see, like, obviously there's a stigma to it, but then to see the like, man, there's actually a lot of ingenuity that happened because of the need there, because of all the like red tape that they have to go through to produce porn or to make it available to people.
Wow, bro.
We have a history of doing that shit, but
that's a shame for OnlyFans, man, because I know that there was people out there, like we actually have or know somebody mutually that sort of partially made a living, off of that.
Off of that?
And it's whatever, man.
Listen, man.
Like I said, if they're gonna not do it, somebody else will come in and pick up the slack.
Absolutely. Yeah, dude. There's already gonna be a platform. Someone's out there waiting in the cut. Listen, Mark Zuckerberg, right now.
Facebook 2.0.
Facebook 2.0 is
about to launch.
Oh man, dude. Yeah, I thought that shit was. I was like, wow, man. You want to talk about? That's like fucking Huggies not selling diapers, bro. Like I don't know. It's like, why would you go down that route, man, bro?
That's crazy, bro.
Shit, bro.
Yo, man, did you see the Pfizer vaccine got FDA approved?
I did, man. Honestly, I think I didn't. I don't know if it's because I didn't pay attention. I didn't understand the implications of it initially. Like, I'm like, all right, cool. A bunch of people already took that shit. What does it matter? Kind of.
Yeah. So essentially, what this opened the door for is for mandates. So now, it's very much so, like, anybody who has children, you guys, you have them go to school, middle school, what have you. They are required to get certain vaccinations in order to go to school. So this has opened the gates to mandate that, right? So like now, it doesn't apply to everyone. It's only FDA approved for 16 and over. Okay.
Oh, okay. So still.
Still middle, right?
Okay.
The 12 to 15 is still approved under the FDA like emergency protocol or whatever it is, right? Okay. So your 12-year-olds 12 to 15 can still get it under the emergency use authorization. But 16 and older is approved, which means that anything like businesses can now require it. If colleges can now require it.
This opens the door.
It opens the door, bro.
They can force you to take something that wasn't approved by the Food and Drug
Administration.
Bro.
But now, let me tell you something. And I thought about this shit, man. And I go like, like some of the mandates that have started right away was the Pentagon, which includes all of the military.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
bro. CVS is now mandating it. The SUNY schools in New York, so the State University of New York, which is basically like the string of schools, right? The State University of New York, and in New York City's the New York City school system. So there's 4. Now the Pentagon and the military, like, dude, when I was in boot camp, so this is 1994. Now I had already gone through elementary and middle and all them schools, right? So I had whatever vaccines were mandated for schools.
You have to take to go to school. Yeah.
Bro, I remember the day in boot camp where they go, all right, you guys are gonna get this suite of vaccines. And there was literally medical personnel lined up. And I don't remember how many, so don't quote me on this. This is many years ago, right? So, but I remember at least 2 on each side. And we walked down 2 lines. Actually, no, sorry, 1 line. And each person on the sides would blast you with this gun that would essentially like shoot vaccines into your arm.
I was like basically an assembly line of vaccines.
It absolutely is, bro.
Oh, shit.
And I don't remember if they, I don't think that they actually told us what it was for. What I can remember is that they said like, hey, like you have a chance to go overseas, so these are vaccines to protect you from shit that could happen to you like overseas.
Yeah, it makes like whenever we visit other countries now, there's certain things you have to, like you go to Africa, you have to get certain vaccines.
Oh, is that right?
Let you in. Yeah. There's a few countries in the world where, you apply for the visa to enter the country, and then it has a list of requirements, and you have to provide proof of certain vaccines.
Oh, wow.
I know Africa's a big one because there's certain shit there that they get that we don't get here. Yep. So it's like no, you got like whatever, like the yellow fever or shit like that, whatever. I don't comment on, but it's like there's a bunch in there. Dude, there's so much shit, and maybe it's because that stuff's been around a lot longer. But bro, I remember it. I am just ignorant. It's when my kids like taking them to get vaccinated, and I remember them telling me there was like a chickenpox vaccine now that's like required that everyone does, and I'm like, oh yeah, word, I got chickenpox like 25 years ago. You know what I mean? Yep. Like I'm like I had it or a little more, but you don't get that shit no more. It's not a thing. That shit was horrible. Like
I never got it, bro.
You never got chickenpox, dude? I did, man. That shit sucked. And then
I remember seeing kids like they would just be gone from school for like 2 weeks, and then they come back with fucking marks all over them.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Whenever I mention to that shit, actually, I want to say my brother. He'll let me know. I want to say my brother's never gotten chickenpox. My brother's 8 years younger than me. I'm pretty sure my brother never got chickenpox. That had come up with the vaccine or whatever by the time he got it. Ooh, get the bacon.
Get the bacon.
Dude, this is good, bro. Taste that shit. Ooh.
The bacon is delicious.
The bacon is banging, man. Let that bacon marinate aside the whiskey. But yeah, man. There's so much. I don't know. I think right now it's obviously outrage, and then eventually this will be one of those things where it's normal. And I guess as people feel comfortable, because there's a lot of vaccines you have to take now to go to public school to whatever. There's people now who are livid saying like companies that are forcing people to take it. I'm like, nah, it's private business, man. Like, I may not necessarily agree with like. If I didn't want to get it, I may not necessarily agree that I need to get it, but I respect their choice to like mandate that. Like I respect the fact that they have the right and the freedom to do that. Like I don't know, man. Like people are just going ape shit. Like, oh, I'm my job, this and that. It's like, all right, cool, don't work there. Like,
right? You have a choice.
But you have a choice, man. Like we're not forcing you to do anything.
But you know what? So like here in Florida, it's like Governor DeSantis is with the whole like no masking in public schools, which has been plenty of public school systems here in Florida that's going against his mandate.
It's a fucking nightmare right now.
Right? So now that the vaccine, I think it'd be interesting now because the vaccine's approved. If, let's just say it gets approved for 12 and up, and then all the high schools go, you want to come to a public high school? You need to be vaccinated.
Yeah.
Right? How does that play in with the mask, right? Like, does the mask, which is probably not that important, and then versus the vaccine, which folks are just leery against.
Yeah.
Right. So like, does he as the governor go, well, okay, you have to get vaccine, but you don't have to wear masks.
Yeah, you can't. This is the problem with taking these hard stances.
The hard
on
stances,
this stuff,
yeah.
man. It's like you inevitably you're gonna be forced to make a decision that doesn't suit your.
Or maybe he does the play where he goes, "No, if you're vaccinated, you don't need a mask."
You don't need maybe, but like, dude, and I thought,
which is not true, essentially, right? Because you can still get the virus, you can still pass it.
Yeah, nothing's 100%, right? It's
but if you're all vaccinated, then you go, all right, well, you have everybody has a less chance of dying.
Yeah, it's a condom. It's like,
yeah.
It's like, hey, man, like, it ain't 100%, but it's a really good fucking shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, but him, man, I thought, it's funny, and we've talked about this on here, I think, that, like, I thought no one had a higher, like, first it was Cuomo, right? And then Cuomo just fell from grace really fucking quickly. But you go, after Cuomo, then DeSantis probably had this meteoric rise from a political aspect of, like, man, that guy's going to run for president because this clout's never going to be higher than it is right now, right? And he may still run for president, right? But at the time I'm going, dude, if you're debating this guy or, you get up and this stuff gets super contentious, I go, this guy's going to be able to stand up there and go like, hey, my state didn't have many businesses closed.
Yep.
Like you're going to go pro-business. You're going to go this whole economy route. You're going to go this whole like case route. And when you compare him up against everybody else, he's in the middle. So you can't really rip him on anything unless you're at the state that's at the bottom of this thing, right? Like, I was like, man, this guy's going to make a run at president. He's probably going to do well, right? I don't know if he's going to win, but he'll probably get the nomination.
Yep.
Now I'm going, dude, these hard-headed, nonsensical stances, because now it feels like he's doing shit on principle and not on facts.
Not on facts, right.
And, like, he's the guy who came out and was, like, ripping cruise companies for mandating vaccines. But I'm like, dude, but you're the same guy who's pro-business choice, who's pro-business shit. But, now you're like...
Right,
yeah,
right.
So it's like, I think...
Which, by the way, he lost,
shit,
right?
He absolutely lost it because...
Was it Royal Caribbean?
Yeah.
That
they challenged
him.
They
challenged it in court, yeah.
And they're like, private business, private entity, bro.
Yep.
Nobody's forcing people to get on the cruise ship. Like... as they fucking should have ruled in their favor, dude. Just like the same way, dude, if you don't want to do that, like if you go like, oh, we don't want anybody on here without a vaccine or whatever, no mask, like that's your prerogative too, because I have a choice whether or not to be there. Like him, I feel like he's botching this almost on just stubbornness. It's like, bro, we all know by now, if your party people, like red team or blue team, if the leader guy goes, everybody gets a vaccine, this is a great idea, guess what? All the people yesterday who were anti-vaccines are going to get it now because you said so.
Right.
We don't apply common sense to that shit. We just go, that guy said so, so it must be fine. And the next day he could be like, people are fucking sheep if they take the vaccine. Don't get it. And those same people will go, we're not getting this shit. There's no fucking logic behind it, bro. We just follow the guy who's like, who's the tribal dude? Like, who's the leader of the tribe? That guy. All right, cool. Whatever he says, like, that's what we're going to do.
Well, did you see Trump? So Trump went to Alabama.
No, he was Alabama.
Trump went to Alabama, had some rally for something. I don't know what it was. But he basically said, hey, guys, like, get vaccinated like I did. And he got booed.
He got booed. That's hilarious.
He got booed, but he kind of, and I saw like some of the quotes from him, man, and he was just like, hey, man, like, I believe in your freedoms, but like, I recommend take the vaccine. And he went on to say, listen, I took it if I thought it was like, and I'm paraphrasing here, but it's like, if I thought it was bullshit, like, I'll be the first one to call it out.
Yeah, well, the problem with Trump is he's taking credit for the vaccine. So you can't take credit for it and then not encourage people to take it.
But dude, there's like a whole part of his base that think that was a lie. Like he never took the vaccine.
That he never took the vaccine. I mean, yeah, people will believe anything. Maybe listen, that sounds like a guy in the hospitality industry. That's what that sounds like to me. He's like, y'all do what y'all want, but I really encourage you guys to take this shit because I need the occupancy rate at my hotels to be over 90%. Bro, money changes
everything,
bro. Like it's funny.
Follow the money, bro.
When this shit was happening, I was like, just follow the money. Eventually, like the minute this shit started impacting people's pockets, and they go, "Hey, taking a vaccine kind of solves this whole money thing," we're all gonna be pro-vaccine, bro. Like, yeah, the people who can stand on principle, you're either already rich or you're so poor you don't care. Like, but if it's impacting your pockets, I promise you're gonna go get the vaccine. Like, there's I've run into very few people who are anti-vaccine who have something to lose by being anti-vaccine. You know what I mean? Like, plus, bro, Alabama, they're still trying to get power in indoor bathrooms over there, bro. Vaccines are like, what is that?
They still use outhouses. No, but actually, Alabama is the lowest vaccinated state.
Of course.
They're at 36%. So the governor of the state,
It's also the high school graduation rate in Alabama. No coincidence.
but the governor was like, yo, I blame this fucking COVID surge on all you unvaccinated fucks.
The governor of Alabama?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Isn't it the chick?
Man, I don't know.
It's the little chubby lady, right?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I probably shouldn't have said that. I have to come back.
You will not be hosting Jeopardy.
Wait. Bro, I'm so shocked at how many people watch that shit, let alone want to host it, man. Hold on. Alabama go. I don't want to get this right. She has like a country ass name. Oh, no, it's a little old lady. I'm sorry, Kay. Her name is Kay Ivy. She's the little old. I don't know who I'm thinking about. Oh, bro, she looked like.
But I imagine they brought in Trump because the state was having, this surge.
Oh, yeah.
And they were low vaccinated.
And they know he's got a huge following.
Yeah,
there.
right. But they booed his ass.
Well intentioned. Not bullshit. She looks like she could be his mom. So the
Who's
governor of
mom?
Alabama is Kay Ivy. She looks like she could be Trump's mom, bro.
Yeah.
She looked
Isn't
like
Trump like 80 or 70 something?
Yeah, she looked like she could be his mom. I said what
she
I said.
About 90. She about 94.
Bro, she 103, and she definitely getting the vaccine because that, or she's not because she's like YOLO. Bro, she might have been running Alabama since it started. Yo, and I'm gonna go try to host Jeopardy one day. They're gonna be like, nah, he was age shaming the governor of Alabama
12 years ago.
12 years ago.
On a podcast.
He called K. Ivy chunky.
From his extra room in the house.
With no AC. He's talking mad shit. I'm delusional. It's the heat.
It's the heat and the alcohol.
Now, wait up. I've seen people, they drop a disclaimer now where they go, everything is serious for the purpose of jokes and entertainment. Do not take anything that we say seriously.
Oh, we got to put that on the YouTube channel.
We got to put that on the YouTube.
But, bro, did you see, also here in Florida, there was doctors in Palm Beach County that staged a walkout.
For mandated vaccines? Or?
No. Staged the walkout because their hospitals are inundated with folks in the ICU that are unvaccinated. They're saying like the vast majority. They say it's not even funny, right? Like the people that are inundating their ICU because of COVID are unvaccinated. So they staged like a walkout, and like obviously like the news showed up and they were interviewing them and they were just like, "Yo, we're tired." Like we're fatigued, we can't get days off.
There's a shortage of
and it's because you
workers.
fuckers aren't getting vaccinated. And so you go, I look at that and I go, you know what? You want to have your conspiracies about the government and what have you. And granted, I don't know if I'm vaccinated. I don't know if it works. I haven't been sick, but whatever, right?
Yeah.
If the doctors in an entire county in a state that's having a surge. Right here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's wild here. Right?
Are going, hey fuckers, everybody that's coming in here that's in the ICU is unvaccinated, and then they're going that the people that are there are going, damn, I wish I would have been vaccinated. Now that's hearsay, right? But regardless, if the facts are that the majority are unvaccinated that are coming to the hospitals, and so they're like, yo, like we can't take much more of this. We're understaffed, we're overworked. And
for people who don't want to help themselves, kind of the way they look at it.
Now, I gotta say this though: if you're gonna mandate vaccinations, or even if you're gonna like it is now, where they're saying we highly recommend, I do think that the government, because that's who's pushing it, I think the government needs to kind of come correct with the folks that are having either vaccination injuries or deaths. So, like, if you're gonna go get it, and then you have an adverse reaction to it that lasts, let's say it lasts 6 months. During those 6 months, you can't work, you can't pay your bills. I think if you just took one for the team, then they need to have your back.
Yeah, this should definitely step in and go, hey. But I think, can you? Like, I would think
it's
that
not
if you
for
did
that,
get,
bro. For COVID, there's nothing right now. There's
go
nothing
on disability, or couldn't you sue Pfizer? Or do we waive our right now to sue Pfizer because it wasn't FDA approved, or Moderna or Johnson & Johnson or whoever?
Yeah, but remember, so it's not FDA approved. However, it's approved by the FDA for emergency.
Yeah, so man, and we talked about this when this first started. I feel like the government could have stepped in, imposed its will short term for shit like that, like when this all started, and this would have been, and hindsight's 2020, but I feel like you could have, like, to me, dude, day one, like when you shut down, you should have been like, hey man, like the only way to beat this thing, we got to shut down for 2 to 3 weeks. While we're shut down, like businesses, submit your revenue numbers for the last 2 or 3 years, submit your payroll numbers, submit all this stuff. We're going to make you guys all whole. Everyone's keep paying your employees. We're going to you're not going to miss out on revenue. You're not going to close your locations. Like pass all this shit, all the money that you spent giving out people, just go keep paying your people. Just close your fucking businesses because we need to get this shit out. I think we all would have been like, all right, cool. Like, you're going to, like, the worry for everybody is, down with yes, I got to pay my mortgage. I got to feed my kids. I got to do this and that. I think if you'd have said, keep paying everybody, businesses, here's the route. Like, the same way you did with these PPP loans. Like, here's the criteria, submit this stuff, and we're going to reimburse you for it. And it's pretty fucking easy, dude, to get these PPP loans.
Really?
You could have, absolutely. It's so cake, and it's a lot of work, like, it's proportionate to the size of your company, right? Like, the amount of work that you have to go in.
Yep.
But very doable, and wasn't like difficult to get. And so like you could have done something like that and then just said shut it down 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever, a month. We're gonna make you guys all whole, but this is what we need to do for the sake of this, and print money like you fucking did,
like you do now,
and like you're doing now. And this shit would have went away, bro. The problem is like we're like shut it down, and then we're like, oh well, this kind of fucked up the economy, and this is why people didn't want to stay home anyway, because they're like, well, I gotta work, I gotta put food on the table, like. And then you kind of like met this backwards. It's like, you fuckers are supposed to be really smart and think this shit through. None of you guys thought like, oh, people would just stay home until, like not one person in a room went, hey guys, like people are gonna be worried about jobs and all that stuff first. I think if you and I, dude, if we're planning this, and we've probably done this in like a corporate environment, it's like we go, okay, now let's fast forward. What are the consequences of this? What happens? And let's work our way backwards and let's address those, right? The ones that we can.
And there's things that you can't foresee, right?
Yeah.
But you figure you would address the majority of things.
Dude, the fact that people were like, I got to work because I got to put food on the table and pay my house should have been fucking like thing number one.
Yep.
It's like, oh, I got to get people to stay home. Now, listen, we're fucking hard-headed, and we would have been like, don't take my freedoms. And like, we would have pulled that card.
Right.
But either way, you could have taken a vast majority of these folks and said, we're literally paying you to stay home and fucking jerk off on camera and do it like
they're trying to take our guns.
Yeah, and climb crates and go fucking polish your guns. Like, I think you could have gotten a vast majority of people to go, well, fuck, if you're gonna take care of me and my employer's still gonna pay me and they're still gonna be okay and they're not gonna lose their business and they can pay their rent on the business and like, all right, cool, then we just gotta stay home. Like, fine.
Actually, man, from an employee standpoint, all your employer goes, take the next 2 weeks off. We're gonna still pay you. You go, cool.
Yeah, cool. Yeah,
yeah.
It's just like obnoxious to me that we hadn't thought about that. But anyway, like, so I feel like they could have gotten ahead of a lot of this stuff, and then now there's such a distrust between people. Even with this vaccine thing, it's gonna be interesting, man. Like these guys, because the medical community is fed up. Do you see? There's hospitals in certain states offering $40,000 bonuses for nurses to come on board. This is how much of a short. $40,000, dude. Like there was one I read in like South Dakota, a specific hospital that would pay you that, and then their hourly rate was astronomical compared to what a nurse would normally get. Like South Dakota, yeah, you got to pay me a lot. It's not enough, bro. But it was like that plus whatever the hourly rate was.
Double that bonus, dude, I might consider it.
It was massive.
That's crazy.
Even the hourly rate thing. So like, I get it, man. This is these are a group of people that are getting frustrated. I also think, man, like, not to go too long on this, but like, the same people who are like, hey, and listen, I understand the fear of the unknown, right? Of getting this vaccine. Like, we don't know, right? Like, we trusted the science and the people who know better than we do, right? Like, at least that's what I did.
Or at least that's what we think, right?
That's what we think, right? So, but the same people who are like, oh, this hasn't even been around that long. Like, why would I trust them? But then you're also going to the hospital for treatment for the thing that hasn't been around that long. So, like, I want that same energy you have.
Right. It's like, if you don't want to get vaccinated, stay your ass home.
Stay your ass home, because then how can they? So the same professionals, right, who are telling you go do this, then you're going, nah, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But then you get super sick, right, and you're on the brink of death, and you're like, I'm gonna go to these guys and to help me. It's like, hey, it could have helped you if you'd have just listened to this other shit.
Have you seen the oh shit, man, what was it? I read an article about there's like this suite of drugs that they can give you. There's a name for it.
Oh, yeah.
Monoclonal something.
Yeah. It's like the Regeneron and there's like
I don't know what is included, but I know that it's like, even if you're vaccinated, like if you get it and you start to get some symptoms, you can go and receive this treatment. And so far from what I've read, it's actually really successful. Now, they are also saying that it does not take the place of being vaccinated. It's like, if you're vaccinated and you still get COVID and you start to get some symptoms, they can give you this sort of suite of drugs that will basically like take it, like by the next day you'll be feeling not 100% better, but better. Do you know what it is?
Yeah, I'm trying to find. It's like the COVID cocktail kind of thing.
Yeah. I can't remember what it was.
Did you hear about the?
But they have places like all over the country like for this thing. I want to say it's like
game changing antibody. Yeah, it's like a fuck, man. Monoclonal antibody.
That's it.
Authorizes the monoclonal antibody.
Yep.
Yeah. I was trying to find another one that had like, did you see people are taking like some shit to like deworm horses and goats and shit like that? the fucking the crowd that goes, I don't trust, I don't know what's in that, is taking medicine designed to deworm a fucking horse or a goat as treatment for COVID, bro. Like, they had to release a statement.
It didn't kill my horses or goats.
Yeah, like,
it's probably good for me too.
Must be I. Ivy has horses and hers are fine. My governor has horses and they're fine. But like, dude, there was people taking. I saw the press release from the company that makes the drug for the animals, going, please
don't fucking take this.
Don't fucking take this. It's not designed for people. And people are fucking taking this shit. I'm like, the same people who are going like, I don't trust this shit. I'm like, listen, and I'm in the like, to each his own. Just make it make sense. Like, there's people who go like, oh, I have these medical conditions, so I'm afraid of this. I'm like, I get it.
That makes sense.
I've even heard of people, bro, like, and this was interesting because I hadn't considered this perspective of like, hey, my mom or dad or grandfather, whoever, got the polio vaccine and then has forever since been in a wheelchair or caught some kind of degenerative disorder.
True.
And they're like, so we just have a natural fear of the vaccine. And I'm kind of like, okay, I get that. That's very personal. I don't know what that's like. Like, I get that, right? But you go, those are far and few in between, right? Those aren't millions of cases, right? Like, that's, and I also wish, and I think we should have an understanding, and I'd like to think I'm empathetic to this, is like, it's okay to say, listen, man, I'm just scared. I'm uncomfortable. I don't know why. It doesn't make sense. I don't have reason. I don't have logic.
Right.
I'm just uncomfortable with doing it. And I think we should, as a society, go like, all right, cool. And then we're just setting up all these rules to tell you like where you can and can't participate. And everybody has to be okay with that, both sides. And I feel like we shouldn't shame people for like the, hey, you don't want to get the vaccine. If somebody just goes like, yeah, man, I'm kind of scared. It doesn't make sense. It's irrational maybe. I don't have the reason behind it. But personally, I'm uncomfortable. And like, I feel like we should just leave it alone. And
so do you, but for those folks, then do you go, all right, man, so like if you get sick, take two Tylenols and get some sleep.
Ride it out. I mean, again, yeah, I'm in that boat of like, keep that same energy, bro. So if your reasoning is, hey, I don't trust the science and this is too new, then by that same logic, then the treatment is new, and so why would you trust that, right? Because it's a last ditch effort now to save your life. Like, right. That's what it is, right? The desperation creates like, now you're willing to try it. Yeah, I think if people just went like, hey, I don't, and that's the problem, right? You can't like file away like, here are the assholes who didn't do it because of this, and here are the people who didn't do it because of that. Like, but I think if you're someone who just goes like, hey, I'm scared and I just really don't know, and you get it, then yeah, I guess you should be allowed to get treatment. Like, I don't know that I should deter, because I can't control the fear you have, right? Like, people have irrational fears about things all the time. Yep. I think if they said it out loud, and maybe that's where people feel uncomfortable, I think if they just said, listen, I'm scared, I don't trust it, I don't know why, and I hear all your logic and your reason, and that makes sense, but I'm still not comfortable with it, I think it all boils down to like fear. And if you just said like, yeah, I'm kind of scared. I don't know what's gonna happen, and I feel like nobody knows, and that's really my logic. I think I would respect that as a person to go, do you, man? Like, that's fine. Like, people have irrational fear of heights and all kinds of other shit, like elevators or, what, you know, like, and whatever.
But the whole conspiracy shit is probably not true.
No, man. To me, I'm in that, like, make it make sense. Like, yeah. Like, don't give me this bullshit about, like, all these conspiracy stuff. And it's like, okay, man, like, it's probably not going to happen. You're probably going to be okay, but who knows, man.
How we doing on time, man?
Listen, man, we at 1:13, man.
All right, let me hit you off with this, man. You got anything else?
I got one sport thing real quick we can touch on, but that could be fast.
All right,
what
man.
You got?
I gotta go off because you sparked something. I sparked a memory in a story that I read this week. You know, speaking of the whole like animal vaccines and shit like that. There was a woman in Belgium that got banned from a zoo because she was having relations with a chimpanzee.
No.
Now, not sexual relations. So I just want to be clear, right?
Oh,
so essentially,
that makes it less fun.
No. So she was showing up. So she was showing up a lot to the zoo. I guess she'd pay. I don't know if she had a freaking season pass or whatever, but she showed up and was like, you know, she would sit there for hours with this chimpanzee and sort of interact across the. I don't know if it's across the glass or if it was
whatever
open
the enclosure.
Whatever the enclosure is, yeah. And so. But the zoo said because she kept doing that, the chimpanzee would not associate with the other primates.
Oh, because he's like, no, this is my like.
Right. And so they were like, yo, like he's not in like the tribe. He was not in the chimpanzee tribe because of you. Can you stop fucking doing that? And she goes, yo, she was quoted, man. She goes, I ain't got anything else. She's like, she goes, you know, we're essentially having an affair
with the chimp. I mean, they're pretty close to us, bro.
Dude, we share 98.8% of DNA.
That shit is so. I could see why you could essentially relate in a way. I know that sounds odd.
Well,
but genetically, like we're predisposed to be able to make that connection.
I will say this though, that 1.2% difference calculates to like 35 million differences.
Oh wow! And
yeah,
like
it's crazy.
Your DNA stuff. You wanna know how fucked up I am, bro? The minute you said that, I was gonna go, well, is she recording it for her OnlyFans? How much is that subscription? I only got a month left.
That's why the investor pulled out. Shit comes full circle.
Oh, fuck, bro. Oh, my God. Oh, shit. Before we get out of here, man, come in full circle. Fucking, do you see Sha'Carri Richardson, man, had a race this weekend, bro?
No.
Yeah, so you know Sha'Carri Richardson, the chick that got banned from the Olympics, so she tested positive for
fastest
marijuana.
woman in the world, pretty much, right?
Yeah, we talked about it on here. Yeah, so she gets a chance this weekend. First competition post her drug suspension, right? So she gets to race against the Jamaican women who came in first, second, and third. And then, you know, along with a shit ton of other people.
In the 100, I'm assuming.
In the 100.
Okay.
So she, bro, and in the night before, bro, talking shit. Like, I mean, as you should, as a pro athlete, you should be, and she's running that mouth like, oh, I'm that bitch. Like, you about to see, blah, whatever, right? Has her hair done, fucking dropping IG videos. Bro, guess where she came in?
Fourth.
Last.
No.
Last, bro. Like,
out of everyone?
Out of everyone. Last.
Is that possible, bro?
Dude, she came in ninth or whatever the fuck last. But I don't know track that well, but I think it's ninth.
Was she
ninth, bro?
Was she smoking the morning of?
Bro, I go, give her weed.
Get back on that shit.
She's probably off weed. I like, get her back on the weed, bro. Like,
she's depressed.
Yo, man, and I'm like,
yeah, dude,
last, and got obliterated, bro. I mean, smoked, bro. People pull away from her so fucking early on. And listen, I don't know track enough to know whether it was.
Dude, she's fast as hell, man.
Yeah, and obviously her number.
A few of her races, bro.
Her number is second greatest all time.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
her time, right? So she's not slow, right? Like whatever her time was, I think it's second fastest all time of the qualifying run.
You could
something
be right. I'm
crazy.
Not sure,
I could be way off too. Again, I don't follow that shit that much. So she's not slow, right? So this tells me there was like a fault in technique on the take off, or whatever. Like a
Whatever
million
it is,
things
right.
can happen. Right? I just thought it was hilarious. Like to me, I go, if you keep your mouth shut, and then and that's hard to say to an athlete because you should be confident and be verbose and be that. But like,
and she is very like kind of out there with the hair, the nails,
and that's the problem,
right?
bro. And she's out there with the hair and the nails, and she's on a fucking salon chair, and then she's talking shit about how she's about to rip these people, and then you come in last. Like I'm like, ooh. That shit's rough. And it made me think about, remember when we were talking about her here, where I go, I almost thought it was better that she didn't race because I felt like she was going to get more endorsements. I felt like from a monetary perspective, not racing would work out better for her over the next 3 or 4 years because now you can build up.
You build up to the next one.
Yep. And you use that. I almost would have sat out this if I was her, right? That, like, does this fuck it up for her? I mean, I don't think like whoever, I don't know if she's sponsored by Nike or whatever. They're not pulling out after one race. They're not going to be like, fuck, we gave you.
But if you go to this next one and the same thing happens or something similar,
do you have to come in second or first? You have to. You can lose to the girl who won the gold medal.
Yep, that's it.
That's it. Like, and then also, bro, if you then lose, to your point, and what about the people who are thinking about giving you an endorsement deal and haven't yet, and now you lose 2 in a row? Like you can lose again. If she would have come in second or third, I think we'd have been like, cool, an Olympic bronze medalist, right? Or at least you have to do faster than you come in
not ninth, bro.
Dude. Like,
ooh, Sha'Carri, step your game up.
Yeah, listen, man, smoke weed. Figure out a way to pass that test.
Get on the field of dreams.
She might. She might be the only person on earth faster on cannabis.
All right, bro. Tell them where they can find us.
Shit, man. Hey, shout out to you guys. Thank you for listening. If you're not already following us at the Carbon Footprint Podcast on IG and on Facebook, the Carbon Footprint Podcast on YouTube, and just Carbon Footprint Podcast on TikTok. We are on there now. I couldn't do at the Carbon Footprint because of the name, the character limitation on TikTok. So it's at Carbon Footprint Podcast on TikTok. So follow us on there.
We'll be dancing on there soon.
Yeah, we'll be on there doing fucking weird video dancing and shit. I'm trying to get Sean to do a number in a leotard or a singlet or something. Stay tuned.
As always, everybody, thank you. Yo, try the drink.
Try it.
The drink is on point. And even if you don't like it on the drink, throw it on your pancakes. Shit's good.
Shit's amazing.
We will see you next week.
See you next week.
Peace.
Peace.